This is a video about multi-counting. And now we're in sync. Oh yeah. Yo, what's up everyone? How's it going? My name is Pete Gallia, if you didn't know already, and today we're sat at the drums because we're going to talk about a really important skill. Super simple but important skill that I think every musician should have and should train. But before we get into that, there's some important news. Actually, I got some new shoes. I just thought maybe you would want to know about that. If anyone wants to give me like a shoe sponsor, you know, I don't only like cymbals and expensive snare drums, you know. Yeah? Just give me some shoes. All right, enough with the silly stuff. Let's jump into it. So today we're going to be talking about multi-counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. 2, 3, 4. As I mentioned, a super important skill for every musician, in my humble opinion. Now, before we get to multi-counting, if we had to briefly touch on counting, if you've ever taken even half of a music lesson in your life, you may already know that counting is just something that a lot of musicians do, and for different reasons, really. But generally, you know, it's rhythmic. It's to know where you are in a bar. It's to be able to really solidify where all your microtime or subdivision or where all your notes are. But today we're not going to be talking about normal counting, because multi-counting is a way of counting sections in a song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you've played in a band before, then you already know how important it is to understand form of a tune. Okay, what do I mean by form? So what form is just understanding the length of every section in a song and where the transitions come. So if you're playing, I don't know, in a Coldplay cover band, then it's most likely most of your sections are going to be 4, 8 or 16 bars long. Well, saying that, also not always in Coldplay, but you get the point. So certain kinds of music might require you to count even sections. 4-bar intro, 8-bar verse, 4-bar pre-chorus, 16-bar chorus, 8-bar bridge, whatever. But the important thing is that you know where you are in the song and when. What happens if you don't know the form, or you lose the form, which if you're a jazz musician is like, you know, might as well have a bullet to the head if you lose the form. It's a bit cutthroat at those jazz jam sessions. Nah, we're not doing jazz today. Now, other styles of music, I don't know, if you play prog or technical music, or, I don't know, sometimes really well-produced pop even has it, where you might have an odd number of bars to count, or you need to count a specific amount of bars before something really important happens in the song that you really mustn't miss. Could be anything. Yeah, you know, there's so many reasons you might need to know which bar you're in a section. And today, I'm going to show you how to do that, because it's really simple and it's worth practicing. So let's learn to multi-count. So let's say, for example, I'm just playing, we're at 100 beats per minute right now. Let's say I'm just playing a random groove, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Whatever, random groove. That's in 4/4. So of course, let's say I had to count it while playing it. I would just count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's imagine you're in a band setting, right? So let's try that groove again while counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Whatever. whatever. Could be anything like that. Now, first and foremost, I know I sped up, but it's really hard to count and play at the same time, which brings us to a very important point once I turn the click off because it's driving me crazy in my head. So, adding your voice to the whole mix really brings another level of rhythmic depth to what you're doing. I used to study many years ago with a guy called Toby Drummond. If you happen to be watching this, Toby, man, legend. Thanks, Toby. The point is, sometimes when I was back in uni, someone would come into the lesson and just be like, yo, Toby, check out this crazy 4-way coordination Afro-Cuban thing I've been working on. And, you know, they would absolutely shred it. But then Toby would just say, okay, can you count over that? Just the pulse, and it would all fall apart for most of us in that class every time that was brought around. So the point is, we were really encouraged 5-way coordination. But yeah, adding your voice on the downbeat, on the pulse, just adds a whole level of depth where you can mark the pulse with your voice, and therefore having notes which are not necessarily all on the pulse or even on the upbeats, you know, I was playing some syncopated stuff in there, really means that you have to be super confident with where your pulse is, where your subdivisions are, and everything has to be tidy. And if you can do that and stay in time, then you're golden. In my case, I did rush a bit, but, you know, don't sue me. You're watching this video for free, okay? So, okay, now we know why counting is so important. And really, I could do loads more videos on counting. If you have any questions or anything particularly you want to see, maybe about counting or whatever, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you and make videos that you want to see. But now it's time that we get into the multi-counting portion of the lesson. All right, so let's say you're playing that groove with a band. Whatever. Clicks going off again. So maybe you're in a rehearsal, right? With your band, with whatever project you're with. And the wise guy bass player is all like, hey man, cool groove and all, but you know, why don't we like hit the 4 every 4 bars so that we can like push the 1 and it's gonna be all syncopated and cool, you know? And then your internal monologue is like, how am I gonna know when it's the end of every 4th bar? How am I gonna be able to keep the form? Right, so when you're multi-counting, you're still gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, but beat 1 of every bar is going to rise in number every time. Okay, so if I had to play that with a simple groove, that would sound like this. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Notice how I said sev on 7. It just popped into my head now that I should mention. That's a habit I got into a very long time ago because it's one syllable. You don't want to be counting sev and getting confused. Do what you want. I like to say sev because it makes sense for me. Now that you know how to multi-count, let's apply it to the previous groove. So our wise guy bass player was like, all right, let's hit the 4 of every 4th bar, right? So we're going to have to count 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, boom, right? If you don't know where the of the 4 is, I'll explain that also really quickly. It's the 4th 16th note of the 4th beat. So if you're counting 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, we're going to want to hit the 4E and rather than the 1. So let's give that a try. What we're going to do is we're going to multi-count 4 bars and we're going to hit the of beat 4 every 4 bars. Yeah, and then the bass player's happy and hopefully we like his, hers, or their idea in the music as well. So let's give that a shot, yeah? I have to count. It's a video about counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, there you go. So we played 4-bar chunks. We knew exactly when the fourth beat of the fourth beat of the fourth bar came around, and we marked the last 16th note of that bar. Now, clicks going off again. So the point is this, like, it's really important to be able to communicate ideas to other musicians in real time and be able to be articulate and clear and understand where and when something's happening and exactly what that something is. Because I really enjoy when someone's like, yo, that bass drum on the 3E, it's supposed to be on the 3A. Change it. And then I know exactly what to do. But it really depends on the situation that you're in. I've literally been told in the studio while recording, can you play it like you're wearing cowboy boots? Or can you play it like it's more purple? That's a whole different box of frogs to deal with. We're talking a little bit more concrete today. So in this case, we knew exactly where we were. We were able to articulate that and communicate that. And we were able to execute that idea, I hope, relatively smoothly today. And, we know where we are in the form. We're able to communicate with the musicians in the band. And we're able to carry the music in a way that makes sense, that respects the music, and that we're together with everyone. So there you have it. So I guess that's pretty much it in terms of how to multi-count. All you have to do is change the 1 to a higher number every time. Now, it's a simple concept, but as Klaus Hessler says, simple does not always mean easy. Or maybe it never means easy. I don't know. I'm still figuring that one out. But I teach this to a lot of my younger students, and a lot of the time, someone might even have difficulty without even playing, just being able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. There's some cognitive CPU stuff that has to go on to be able to do that, let alone when you're playing with a click, with a bass player, with a band, counting over the top. All of these things that happen together require practice, but I think it's really important and cannot be understated, especially when you need to count long sections, or as I mentioned before, when there's something really important. Could be a dancer on stage. It's like, bro, 14th bar of the third chorus, the dancer's gonna do a movement. I want you to mark that on the cymbal or something like that. I don't know. It could be anything, but you have to be able to know where you are. I'm just glad I'm not a classical musician, because I know for sure that when you play in an orchestra, you may have to wait, 123 and a half bars before you go. I've never played in a big band or an orchestra, but I've studied some charts, and I'm glad I don't have to count all those crazy amount of bars on a regular basis. Let's just say that. Now, to wrap things up, I want to talk about one more thing, which is a question I get all the time from my private students when we're working on counting, which is, hey Pete, when am I supposed to breathe? It's simple. You don't have to count all the time. Maybe you heard as I was playing, sometimes I'll stop counting, take a breath, and keep counting. That might also be me covering up the fact that I'm really focusing on what I have to do, which is why I stopped counting for a sec. But you can either pause and then continue counting in a moment after, a couple of beats later. You could even inhale breathe, which is a really weird thing that I somehow got into the habit of doing, which could be, 1E and a 2E and a 3E, 4E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 3E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 4E and a 2E and a 4E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. You see, like my mouth still does the counting part while I'm breathing in, and that keeps me where I am, and it's just something I do sometimes out of habit, and it helps me, so maybe it will help you. So, ladies and gentlethems, that's pretty much it for today's lesson about multi-counting. It's a simple one, it's a super important one, and I would love to hear from you. Do you know how to multi-count? Have you practiced it with your teachers or with your band before? Have you found it useful? Do you find it completely useless? But I'd love to hear from you. Remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave all of that stuff. Let's praise the Lord Algorithmo and hope that he provides for us. Yeah, keep playing music. Happy practicing. Have fun. Leave some questions or whatever. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers. Play us out, keyboard cat, or should I say percussion Pete? Let's go. 1, 2. Go learn to multi-count. See you in the next video. Bye!